Greetings, this is Ridiculous Polygon Entertainment, and welcome to our second devlog.
We're doing a sequel!
Last time, we created our project in Unreal Engine and created some basic movement. Today we want to make a test level. We want to tweak our movement, and it's gonna be really hard on a just flat space. We could use the basic level that comes from the asset pack, but we would be wasting an opportunity for me to actually learn how to create levels and build meshes inside of Unreal Engine. Luckily for me, there is an excellent video by World of Level Design that taught me everything I need to make a basic level. This devlog is definitely gonna be a little bit different from the previous one. There, it was just chaos incarnate, because I was new to Unreal Engine. I still am, don't get it twisted, but I am a little bit more comfortable with it now. What helps me most is today's topic, 3D graphics, which is something I am very familiar with. I have hundreds of hours in Blender. Now sure, input's a little bit different, the UI is a little bit different, the X, Y, and Z are a little bit different, but that's fine, because the concepts are still the same. Now, I could get to the gritty details of what I'm doing here, but I don't think this is gonna be the best use of this time. I would much rather talk about my plans for the project itself and what I am planning to do with the level design. Firstly, let me emphasize that this is not gonna be the end product, obviously. This is just a proof of concept. Having something functional so I can test out my current movement set. In the future, I will have to create much more detailed assets and combine them into different levels. What I am thinking of doing is having different tile systems. Think about something like Remnant from the Ashes and Warframe if you're familiar with those franchises. Two missions are never the same. It breaks the monotony and makes you feel like the game is much more detailed than it actually is. Not only that, it also makes work for me easier because I don't have to create new levels from scratch each and every time. I can use certain assets and different tiles and just change them around a little bit. Now I know this might sound lazy.
Hold up, wait a minute!
But I want to have a lot of variations of the same tile sets. Trust me, for what I have planned for the levels, this is just mandatory at this point. Now some of you might think of dungeons when thinking about tile sets, and you would be correct, very good job, but don't get it twisted. I want to have also open world areas, much bigger spaces, kinda like Monster Hunter has with their different biomes and such. I really love the idea of having those small ecosystems that manually change and adapt as the story progresses. Now those are definitely more ambitious, so I'll have to put them on the back burner for now. I still have to create assets for the game, and that's gonna take me a while. I'm gonna be slowly creating them as the devlogs roll in, just in my spare time, you know? Now for what we want from this test level is testing out the sprint speed, walk speed, crouch speed, climbing, vaulting, sliding, jumping, things of that nature. One mechanic that I am still iffy about is wall running. I am holding off on thinking about adding it to the game until I actually play Titanfall 2. I've seen the combat and the movement in that game and it really intrigues me. So when I get a chance, I'll definitely try it out and see if that's gonna be a good fit for the game. Now that's not gonna be all for movement in this game. It's just gonna be the basics that are gonna be present through the entire game. There are gonna be some more niche and specific areas that I wanna explore, but that's gonna be in its own time. I still don't know entirely how I'm gonna tackle the verticality in my game. I have some idea, but if I give a player too much freedom, it's gonna present a lot of issues and a lot of opportunities for them to break the game. Now, don't get it wrong, I really want the player have the opportunity for a lot of freedom when it comes to movement. I just don't want them going out of bounds constantly. So after having a rough outline designed, we can go into here and we can check out the movement and see that we have jumping works, we have the sprinting, and what we can see here is the general testing area. So here we will have like the sprinting, so I can test out the sprint speed. Here I want to test out the jumping all the way there. Have it here. As you can see, I cannot go until I crouch, right? And here is gonna be where I'm just gonna slide. I want to add a lot of sliding into the game. I'm not sure how is this gonna be working. This, I want to test out vaulting, right? Like jumping over small obstacles like this. I also want to be able to climb on these ledges. So a lot of this movement here. And all the way over here, what we are gonna have is I want to be able to climb onto this and just walk over all of these up to the top layer there. Just general climbing. And one thing also that I wanna test out here is I want to be able to like jump and climb onto this, or like do some wall climbing shenanigans, jumping from left to right. And we need to add movement for all of these, right? Currently we have just the basic movement, but I hope that you can see the vision behind this test area. Because this isn't even really a tutorial chamber, this is just a test level for me to try out things.